KSI still has not learned. You would have thought with the amount of backlash he got from this situation, he'd start acting maturely and a bit more normal, but that's just not the case. So since my last video, a lot of interesting things have actually happened. W.a.d.e responded, KSI apologised a second time, KSI went on the Side Plus podcast and doubled down. We're going to be going over every single one of them today. I bet you're so glad. We're talking about this guy one more time. And I promise it is the last time. So I'm not trying to get accused of milking, okay? Well, basically what happened is the whole beef went down. Check out my last video for that. And then W.a.d.e was tweeting a bunch of times saying that he was going to respond, but he wanted to take his time to make it an actual decent response. Lo and behold, he did actually end up responding with a video titled My Response to KSI.
KSI saying I was two-faced, that I was playing both sides, and even going as far as to saying, fuck everything you stand for, you two-faced word I can't say here. Mams Taylor publicly in front of everyone in a Twitter space and now everyone in the influencer boxing scene, just like all of this was done publicly in front of everyone, told me to go have fun on Kingpin, effectively firing me from Misfits. Who else has built that fight like this? Look at my channel.
No.
Who has built that fight more?
Anyway, have fun on Kingpin, W.a.d.e.
Once again, very mature manager you have there, KSI.
Now, since then, KSI and Mams Taylor have apologized for their tone, the outlash, the way in which they went about things.
Which is exactly why I still have an issue, even with KSI's most recent apology. Spoiler, he made another apology because he didn't mean the first one, which just tells you all you need to know. But in KSI's most recent apology, he still doesn't retract anything he said about W.a.d.e. He just says, I'm actually sorry this time, guys. If you're truly sorry, make a video retracting every fucked up statement you said about W.a.d.e. because you essentially went after his career, his livelihood, and you're still yet to take any of that back. And I know all of his fans are going to be like, oh, but what do you think an apology is? An apology is where you outline everything you did wrong and you apologize for it. You haven't done that.
W.a.d.e is obviously allowed to have his opinion on anything. He can, you know, it's a free society. You can say whatever you want, do whatever you want. That's cool. But I'm okay. I'm allowed to hate on it as well.
Yeah. Well, KSI, the reason people took issue with it, and I'm going to explain this to you because clearly you don't understand still. You're allowed to disagree. True. But you got angry. You went on Twitter and just defamed this man because you didn't agree with him. There's not agreeing with someone and then there's having a little baby piss fit about someone's opinion. And that's what you did. So stop saying, oh, but I'm allowed to have my opinion on what he said. Yeah, you are. But the reason people got annoyed is because of the way you went about it.
Behind the scenes, he's there like, this tag team idea, brilliant, I love it. And then online, he's there like, not sure about this. Don't think this is a good idea. Da-da-da-da-da-da. I'm like, bro, you 1 minute you're saying you like it to me in private, and publicly you're saying what the public want to hear. So with
none of this has happened. What I said about tag team boxing on camera is the same thing that I said behind the scenes, and I can show you guys on screen now that I have the receipts to prove it. January 28th was my tweet about tag team boxing, where I said, and I think a quote tweet of Fred's, that I needed to see it, but on the surface of it, I didn't like it. Because as a combat sports commentator, I have seen things tried, like multiple man fights in MMA where guys get absolutely battered with their head turns and caved in. So of course I was concerned when I heard tag team boxing because this is already a niche in the sport of boxing that a lot of guys that don't box are coming into, are learning how to box. And then on top of that, on a couple of weeks' notice, are going to learn how to tag team box, guys with no experience. In fact, when the tweet went live, B-Dave said he didn't even know what the rule set was.
But how does a tag team boxing match actually run? What are the rules like?
Well, Mams hasn't completely explained everything to me.
Mate, come on. When your own fighters don't even know the rules of a tag team boxing event, what do you expect someone to say? Do you want them to be like, yep, great idea from the start. No one knows what they're doing and they could get seriously injured. Good idea though. Like, come on, KSI, mate. I thought you didn't want yes men in your camp, but yet you're getting annoyed at him for publicly expressing he's worried that someone could get injured in it. It kind of seems to me that KSI knows that he's wrong, but he just feels like he has to double down just so he doesn't look like an idiot and have to walk back a statement. Because the statement he made was a very serious one. So I understand that he probably doesn't want to have to walk it back. But morally, in this case, it's probably best if he does do that. Because as I said, he has apologized publicly, but he's not retracted anything he said about him.
The last time that I DM'd KSI up to that point was October 14th. And also, in person, the last time I had spoken to KSI was January 14th, 2 weeks before rumors started to circulate about tag team boxing. And then the announcement was made on the 30th, and as soon as I saw it was real, I saw they were actually doing this, I sent a text to Mams Taylor. Hey, Mams, just wanted to let you know I'm recording a video on this tag team idea, I'm going to be honest with the people. Just my opinion, but I don't like it. And I go into why, but that's all. And then Mams Taylor says, you never mentioned that to me when we spoke about it, and maybe I could tell you more about it before you do that. I guess he meant to say, so you have the full picture. Mams Taylor and I never spoke about tag team boxing, and I never once told Mams Taylor it was a brilliant idea that I loved, which is why I said in my reply, we never spoke about it. We spoke about a pro tournament that you had planned. All I heard of this was rumor until today. I'd gladly hear more about it for sure. Just doesn't make a ton of sense to me.
Okay, so this right here kind of just enforces my theory that I had in my last video where I said that Mams is probably the one that's feeding KSI all of this information. And KSI, because Mams is his manager, albeit a very unprofessional one, but he's still his manager, KSI just listened to him without verifying anything. Which you would think that someone that cares so much about legacy, well, he cares about it enough to have it as a fucking sign in his background. You'd think they would probably verify any source they receive first, just in case. KSI, I'm telling you this, not to hop on the bandwagon, because I know everyone's telling you this at the minute, and they're all telling it you for a good reason. Drop Mams, get rid of him. He's the reason all of this even happened in the first place. He's the reason you had such a big overreaction. He's the reason you have such a big ego, because he's just been sucking your arsehole constantly. So, me personally, I do think it would just be an all-round net positive if you just got rid of him and got a new manager that was more behind the scenes and not in the public eye, you know, like a manager should be. So that's about it for Wade's video. I'm not going to watch the rest. I'm not going to talk about the rest. If you want to, go on this channel. You can find it, The Wade Concept. What I want to move on to now, and call out, is KSI's people around him, even his friends. The main one I want to talk about is his editor, though. So basically what happened was, Carvos tweeted this meme as a response when KSI responded, saying KSI today, and then just showed a picture of Logan Paul's apology. And then KSI's editor responded with, such a hater, ... Honestly, can't win when we have toxic people like you on Twitter. Instead of looking at the whole thing in a positive manner, you rather release your negative energy. Alright, Mr. Mosaid, mate, I understand that if KSI stocks go down, your paycheck goes down. But why would anyone look at this situation positively when it's a negative situation? We're not all like you and your friend group where we constantly have KSI's cock in our mouth. Normal people, when they see someone being a cunt, they call it out and make fun of them. And if KSI was distrustful and lied in his first apology, what's to stop us from believing that he's doing the same thing now? If the entire internet had your constant positivity mindset, a lot of creators would be able to get away with a lot of scummy things. And I just want to clarify that I don't hate KSI for this. I just think that all the criticism and jokes made about him are completely valid. So when him and his team act surprised that no one was on their side, and then calling people toxic when they continue to not be on his side, makes no sense. But yeah, that's about it for me to today's video, boys. I do appreciate you for watching. Let me know what you think about the entire situation in the comments. I would like to hear your opinion on it. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out, people. Don't do fake apologies.
If I could take you up in paradise like the ocean.